morning, dear hearts, from a rainy South Florida. We are in lesson 103. Please subscribe. You know, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I won't ask anymore. Just saying. Anyway, it's another joyous, happy lesson. God being love is also happiness. And of course, that must be true because there's never a time when you are feeling filled with love that you are not happy. And this is the same and true for God. God being love means that God is also happiness because the two are always found together. Happiness is an attribute, a characteristic of love, as is joy. Happiness is an attribute of love. It cannot be apart from it, nor can it be experienced where love is not. Whenever we are happy, whether or not we're aware of it, we are in a state of loving. Love has no limits, being everywhere, because that is what real love is. God's love. It's unconditional. It's limitless. It doesn't have places where it is not. And therefore, joy is everywhere as well. If love is everywhere, happiness is everywhere, God is everywhere, then joy must be everywhere as well. Yet can the mind deny that this is so? The ego mind, the separated mind, believing that there are gaps in love where sin can enter, bringing pain instead of joy. These gaps in love, these are the beliefs in being separate. These are those moments of thoughts of separation. It's a gap in the flow of love when we stop it and decide that that person or that thing or that situation or whatever that is not worthy of God's love or ours. Those are the only things that seem to stop love. In truth, it of course cannot, because God's love is limitless and it is everywhere. But we can have that belief because we have free will. Haven't said it in a day or two. So they're believing there are gaps in love where sin can enter, bringing pain instead of joy. Again, it is the thought and the misperception of seeing pain as pleasure and confusing joy and sorrow together. This strange belief would limit happiness by redefining love as limited and introducing opposition in what has no limits and no opposites. Way back in the introduction to the course, it says the opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. So there is no opposite to love, and there is no limits, again, on love. We can believe that. We can redefine love and see love as limited. And what are we doing to love there? We're making it special. We're saying there's only certain people, there's only certain ones who are worthy of God's love, who are worthy of love at all. Now, with this confusion in our mind, fear is now associated with love, and the results become the heritage of minds that think what they have made is real, that we think that fear and love go together. Fear is never an attribute, a characteristic of love. If fear is present, love is not. And that's simply the way it is. We can't have what is truth and what is illusion. They will not go together. Fear and love will never go together. What is all-encompassing can have no opposite. We are still practicing the first 5 minutes of every waking hour, and with our practicing today, the lines that we are given to bring into our minds, our whole minds, our healed minds, or we use to heal our mind. God being love is also happiness. To fear him is to be afraid of joy. No one wants to be afraid of joy. Everyone wants to be filled with joy. We all want to be happy. I share God's will for happiness for me. God being love is also happiness. There is not one person not one who walks this earth, asleep or awake or beginning to awaken or enlightened, that would say they don't want to be happy. Everyone wants happiness. Everyone wants love. And God is love and also happiness. We will always find those two together. So in our practicing periods with the words that we have been given, which corrects all the false beliefs that God is fear, because we know that's not true. It emphasizes happiness belongs to you because of what he is. And it's also because of who and what we are. We are the sinless, guiltless, perfect children of God, deserving of every bit of God's love and happiness and joy. It is our inheritance. We must always remember that. So the lesson really continues with allow this one correction to be placed within your mind each waking hour today, then welcome all the happiness it brings as truth replaces fear and joy becomes what you expect to take the place of pain. I'm not going to have pain and joy together. I will choose one. I'm going to choose joy instead of pain. Now, how can we see this lesson associated with one of the first 50? It's very easy. Lesson 33, there is another way of looking at this world. And that is what we are doing today when we are only looking and seeing and finding and experiencing God's love, God's happiness. And the lesson concludes with God being love is also happiness, and it is happiness I seek today. I cannot fail. I cannot fail because I seek the truth. And the truth is God being love is also happiness. And it is meant for all of us to have and to claim and to share and to allow it to benefit all minds, because all minds are one mind. So that's it for today. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. Please share your happiness. Okay, we pray to share our happiness, to not limit it and not hold it back from anyone that we meet today. Let's share our happiness. We are also sharing God's love. Namaste.